listening to The Gender Rebels.
I'm Kathleen, a cis woman and ally.
And I'm Faith, a trans woman.
Gender Rebels is a question and answer podcast that explores life outside the gender binary.
A big thanks to our Patreon supporters.
If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/genderrebels. Hey everyone, I'm Kath.
And I'm Faith.
Faith, I got a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
So we did Pride this year, and I know we're post-Pride now, and everyone's like, why are you still talking about Pride? And I get it, it's July, whatever. Stick with us. It's
There was London Pride this weekend, so.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yay, fight the TERFs. I got a Pride question.
All right, we can do one more Pride question. We can just keep going Pride. We can just go all Pride all the time.
We had a question last year that person missed Pride. I could talk about Pride for a while, but okay, let's just talk about this one thing. So here is our Pride experience, because we haven't gone over it yet, and then we have a Pride question to discuss. Mm-hmm. But how was our Pride this year, first of all?
Well, this was World Pride.
World Pride? What the fuck is World Pride?
I don't know. They invited a bunch of contingents from, other places. I don't know how they chose who would go. I don't know.
It was just who's going to sign up. And there was Copenhagen Pride and South Africa Pride and Duluth Pride and Mumbai Pride. It was tons of representation in that big official New York City parade.
Yes. So it was the 50th anniversary of Stonewall. And so that was big deal. So they were like, all right, we're going to do big deal. And so we had marched with the state of New York contingent a few times.
Mm-hmm. Three times?
3 times.
You did once and I did
twice.
Two with you, right?
Yeah, I think maybe that. So this was actually, this time, the governor's office was slower to send that out. And so.
Yeah, they didn't invite us until the day before.
It was 3 days before or something. Yeah. So we ended up marching with Callan Lord Community Health Center, for those who don't know.
Link down below. They're amazing.
Callan Lord does healthcare for LGBTQ people, including those unable to pay. They provide healthcare regardless of ability to pay, and they do a lot of amazing outreach for teens, for homeless people, just medical, dental care, all kinds of great stuff.
And when we say healthcare, we do include the hormones,
yes,
the blood tests, the consultations, the psychologists, all the bullshit that goes along with being a professional transgender person.
So I go there for, my endocrinology and stuff. And so it's been, I'm a huge supporter of Callan Lord. They better not do anything shitty, because I've been praising them for ages.
So we accepted their invitation to march with them.
Yes, we did.
Notice I did not say, we marched with them.
So we got there at about 3:00.
As the invitation said to do.
And so
parades are confusing. Okay, let me back up. I think the organization of a parade is fairly well managed. This is a huge parade. And what you listeners need to picture is the capital letter T, right? So the middle vertical line is the line that the parade is going down, and the horizontal lines are kind of where floats and banners and people stand waiting their turn to walk down the line into the parade.
Yeah.
And in the case of a big New York parade, and this happened when I marched in the Veterans Day parade once, and then as we learned this year, there are many horizontal branches, and it's the different streets. So it's 33rd Street and 34th and 35th and 36th. You're sort of massed and waiting for your turn to jump in and walk the vertical line that is the parade.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So we got there, and we waited 4:00, an hour, got to 5:00, and we were kind of all right, this is getting really boring. And it's already 5:00. Yeah.
And it's important to know, we couldn't even just walk up and hang out with a group of people. We did have to show cops, here's my email invitation, here's my reservation, here's, I am part of this contingent. And they're like, yes, you can come through this barrier. And other people are like, I just want to get to the parade. And cops are like, go 4 blocks down. So they were making sure that the only people hanging out in the staging area were the people who needed to be there.
Yep. So by the time of about 5:30, we had it.
We waited for 2 hours and nothing happened.
Over 2 hours. It was longer than 2 hours.
It was.
And so
we got to 2 hours and I begged you for 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Because I had this idea that if we left, then everyone would go.
Oh, yeah, of course. The moment you leave, you look back and everyone's departing. But we learned from a friend of yours that was also in the contingent. What time did they finally march?
They called us to show up at 3 p.m. In my friend's terminology, the group got to steppin' at 8 p.m.
Yeah. So that would have been a 5-hour wait. Way too long for me, especially since I've done the parade before. Not worth it to me.
And we got dogs at home and we were like there for the fun of it also.
Yeah. Also, we hadn't eaten and we were like kind of hungry. And so we,
And here, the reason for this is World Pride. I don't think this is normal. I don't think this is usual.
This isn't.
I think even if we marched with the governor, it would have been a delay longer than we were used to. There were so many groups.
Yeah, marching. I know people who marched with the governor's contingent, and it was, they said they didn't get going till after 1, and normally they get going at like 11. So
that's rough. You're standing around for hours no matter what. Even if you're at the quote-unquote front of the parade.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is just parade logistics that you didn't sign up for. You want to hear about trans stuff. Anyway, if you look at the pictures of the Cow and Lord group marching, that's why we weren't in it. Sorry.
Yep. Well, we did a bunch of other stuff for Pride. We went down to the West Village, which is something I've never done before, is go down to the West Village and just see what was going on down there. There were some big parties. And so we didn't go near Stonewall, but
I think it would not have been get near to a bull.
Yeah. But otherwise, we walked around within a couple blocks of Stonewall. But we just kind of walked around, saw what the parties were. We went to a little store and got beers and walked around with like open containers.
Like in Berlin.
Yeah.
And what Faith is saying about the parties, we weren't like going to DJ Kramishnan's party town at the Hotel Soho. It was literally a lot of streets were shut down.
Yeah.
And there was actually a big a street fair thing, which we showed up too late for. They were packing up and leaving, but I imagine it was food and bouncy castles and tube socks for sale. I don't know.
In Washington Square Park, which is if you don't know New York, it's the famous one with like the arch. It's often shown in establishing shots of many TV shows and movies in New York City.
It's a pretty park. Their history is very dark, and it's basically sort of belongs to NYU, or it's surrounded by NYU right now. We got there, the place was just slammed with people and rainbow flags and bikini tops and sunburn, and it was awesome. Yeah. It was gorgeous and fun and super great, and I feel like next year we're just going to skip the parade and just go to the parties, because that's the fun stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Faith is looking at me
you gotta ask
or nothing. Or nothing. Or we stay home.
Or we stay home.
So, as we were walking away from the parade, we gave up. We're looking to get some food, we get a beer, we walk around, we see some people. We want to hand out some Gender Rebel stuff. We got stickers. Maybe some of you are listening now because we encountered you. Hi, I like your flag.
We basically, what we do is, we give it to people who have transgender flags.
Yes. We don't go to just everyone. We don't look for, quote-unquote, a trans-looking person. We go to someone who has deliberately branded themselves in one way or another as part of the fun club. And we give them goodies accordingly. Next year, we'll bring magnets and coasters and everything. But the stickers is what we brought this year. And it was fun. I thought it was just fun. I loved it. I loved the crowd. I loved the energy. I love that people looked super cute. Like, I dressed up. What was my costume? I had butterfly wings.
Butterfly wings and a tutu.
And that was super fun. And you were like goth princess.
I was goth princess
next to me.
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing about Pride. You can wear whatever. Or you can wear nothing. You can show up in body glitter.
I prefer you to wear more than body glitter, but that's just my preference.
Well, like, the human body is gross, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, completely. It's nasty.
Cover your junk. I don't care what it is.
I don't need to see anyone's junk.
Come on, look
ever.
At it, though.
Yeah, I don't even need to see mine.
But that's just us, and if you want to flash your junk, Pride Day is the day to do it. So, walking through all those groups, tremendous, huge crowds of people with like rainbow glitter on their faces and rainbow flags, and looking at them, like, I know the statistical breakdown. And the fact of the matter is, they were there, they were having a blast, they were supporting pride and gay rights, and I love that. But you and I both know that they are not all gay.
No.
You and I both know that a
Probably
good chunk of that crowd was
cis and straight
there
yes.
for the party.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts about people who I kind of used to and still a little bit maybe sort of clump myself in with?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the interlopers? What do you think the people who are there for the party?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm kind of like, I did the Pride. You still love the parade. I feel like I did the parade once or twice. It was awesome. And then I'm kind of like, I've done the parade. I'm good now. I don't have to do the parade again because I've had the experience and I'm good.
According to my calculations, you've done it 4 times.
I've done it 4 times.
Okay.
So even this year, I was kind of like, meh. I think last year I was kind of like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
You love doing it, so I did it with you. But I just kind of, after like once or twice, it's sort of the same thing every year. And so you just kind of get a little like, all right. Like the first time it was amazing, especially since I was in the governor's contingent and I could be like, I'm actually me. I wasn't out yet at work, but so I went and hoped I didn't run into any coworkers. Thankfully I didn't.
Nice.
And
So you were just surrounded by other state workers.
Yeah.
But you were yourself.
I was myself and I was like marching and I was maybe like 10 feet from the governor.
What if you ran into a coworker? You were with
They might not have, maybe they didn't recognize
workers.
me.
Wow.
I remember one time before I came out at work, I was like maybe a month away from coming out at work. I had a doctor's appointment nearby my work and
oh my God.
So I was dressed, I was presenting female and I remember I walked through my building lobby and actually passed by a coworker that paid me 0 attention. Didn't recognize me even remotely. So,
Was there anything like you were sitting in that lobby thinking one day I'll be able to dress
I kind of knew I was going to be coming out at work.
All right, so there's some momentum happening.
It was just sort of my kind of test phase. And I went and had my lunch the way I normally have my lunch.
This is what it will be like.
Yes.
Oh my
precisely.
God.
And
God,
so
all right, so your first year was like
my first year was like amazing, and my
Yeah.
second, here I am, me, not quite out, but like I'm marching with the governor of my state, and
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm me. And the second year was like also cool, but I'm kind of like sort of exact same thing. And the third year I felt like exact same thing. Fourth year, exact same thing. So, or fourth year we didn't actually merge, but I sort of
No, wait, I thought you did one with Oh, that's right. You did one with
yeah. So this would have been my
yourself,
fourth.
2 with me.
Uh-huh.
No, okay.
So I'm kind of over that aspect
You're
of it.
over marching?
I'm
You're
over
pride?
marching. I'm a little over pride.
Why?
Um
After having spent a month talking to all of our listeners.
I love the idea of pride.
Yes.
But I almost feel like a fundamentalist evangelical, like getting annoyed at all the Santas everywhere every December.
A fundamentalist evangelical getting annoyed at all the Santas everywhere every December. Before you get into all the pride talk, can you talk to me about how evangelicals feel about Santa? Just real quick.
A lot of I grew up evangelical Christian, and a lot of people were like saw the secularization of Christmas, the commercialization of Christmas as this like blasphemous affront to their religion.
Like Christmas is about Jesus, not about Santa?
Exactly. And
Okay.
Christmas is not about presents or trees or any of this. I grew up with people who considered Christmas trees satanic because it came from Norse stuff and it took away from Jesus.
Did they feel any joy about the birth of Jesus? I get it, he was born somewhere on the top. I get it. Did they feel any joy about that?
Yeah, I think they tried to make it like a religious thing, and it was
So they sang the
our
songs
society
and
is
they-
the Christian songs.
Obviously.
But Christmas is a month-long celebration that is way more than the birth of Jesus. And it's just evolved that way. And people who get upset about that, I kind of understand you a little bit because I feel like pride.
This is not how it started.
I love the idea of pride. I absolutely do. As someone who has dealt with a lot of shame over who I am because of how I was raised and the society I live in and things like that has taught me that, oh my gosh, you're a freak and you need to
Something's wrong
stay in
with
the
you.
closet, you freak.
That's gross.
And so you're going to hell, you're sinful, stay away from our children, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So, you know, being out, being able to show that pride is awesome.
Yes.
I get it. It's awesome.
Yes.
But there's a few things about pride that, like, I'm kind of like been there, done that.
Okay.
One, I don't really like crowds.
Okay.
Don't like crowds.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
Two,
Wait, do you prefer not to be in crowds, or do you actively dislike, like, I will tolerate this if I have to, kind of?
I'll tolerate this if I have to.
Okay.
Kind of. Like, I don't
love it.
Like,
but
I've been
here we
in,
are.
if I'm in a crowded show or something, a band I love is
yeah.
playing. I don't really mind a crowd so much.
Okay.
But
It's got to be worth it.
it's not something, it's got to be worth it.
Okay,
And so
okay.
I kind of feel like pride, even though I'm an LGBTQ person, I kind of feel like pride doesn't really belong to me. I feel kind of out of place at pride, maybe.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it does feel like it's sort of turned into a big summer party.
Okay.
Not that everything LGBTQ needs to be political or needs to be a
True.
protest or
True.
needs to be in, but I do feel like for a lot of people who are there, this is my feeling, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that it's almost turned into just a fun party for cis people, like or straight people, allies, and where it's like you can, for St. Patrick's Day, you get your
Everyone's
clover
Irish
and
on
your
St.
little
Patrick's
green
Day.
hat, and for Valentine's we have hearts, and for 4th of July we have patriotic bunting and fireworks, and for Pride we have rainbow little hats and sunglasses we wear and put glitter on our face and have a big party.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's sort of almost like that. This is again how I feel.
Sure.
And with
that's fine. Yeah.
And with the commercialization, with all the TD Bank and Delta Airlines and, you know, T-Mobile and, you know,
Sky Vodka.
Cyberdyne Defense Systems. And Mom's old-fashioned robot oil. Like, I feel like all these companies supporting Pride, Wayland Yutani supports Pride, their float. I feel like it's just, I don't know, it feels like this huge-ass party that, like, part of it, I guess you have to go and inject your own emotion into it because the emotion isn't there. I also feel like Pride, I feel like a lot of it is like for gay men. And it's kind of focused on gay men. Like, the music is all gay men's music. There's no fucking lesbian. I listen to a ton of lesbian music and queer people music, but mostly queer girl music. And it ain't there at Pride. It's all gay house music.
Oh, that's
gay boy house
interesting.
music. And again, that's my opinion.
Yes.
You know, if you're welcome to disagree with me or be like, you're clearly not at the right party.
I anticipate a flood of lesbians being like, I love house music.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's not like I'm not trying to listen to queer music. It's just, I don't know. I just sort of don't feel, and I guess the other thing I kind of don't like about it, you can be queer and be a little bit of a prude, okay?
I see. Okay.
And so I am also a little bit of a prude.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like the sexualized aspect of it. Because for me, being LGBTQ, I'm two of those letters, but I don't need to, like, use Pride as an excuse to, like, dance around naked or like, twerk. We saw a lot of twerking.
The massive labia balloon or something. It doesn't exist, but I imagine if it did, some people would be jazzed about it.
Yeah, so, like, that's kind of sexualization of it, sort of turns me off, to use a sexual term.
We did see an insane amount of twerking.
I don't understand what that was.
Because it's very 2016.
It is, and also, I don't like twerking.
Yeah.
I don't understand the appeal of it. Other people clearly do, but I don't. I don't know. I guess a part of me wants to be like, why can't we have Pride with a few friends in a nice, quiet, dark pub where we can just have a couple of pints and say a toast to Stonewall and go around the room and say what we're thankful for this Pride and just chill out with our friends.
Baby girl, we totally could. We could do that right now.
I know. I just want Pride. I want Pride on my terms.
I get you.
Not on the terms that companies and straight people and allies and gay men have decided. And
you.
I feel like there's this huge pride celebration. I've done it, but I also feel like it's not quite for me. We were looking for all these things to do, and all these parties, and it was all like, okay, here's this party with this bar and a DJ and dancing. Here's this other party with a bar and DJ and dancing.
Here's the lesbian party with a bar and a DJ and dancing.
Yeah,
and here's the family party with coloring books and a DJ and dancing.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, the other option for pride is like, the protests. Always a protest. Because, and not...
Tear it down. Burn it down.
There are things to protest. And there is shit in this world that, I think that...
We still got problems.
But I don't always want to protest. I don't always want to focus on the bad stuff. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like maybe a little left out, or maybe just that there isn't a place for me. That like maybe I'm too old, or maybe I'm too square, or something that I just don't quite feel at home at Pride.
Okay, so that's really interesting actually, is because you're like too old, too square, whatever. I mean, the pride that we are sold, the pride that is packaged, the pride that you see in the floats in the parade, and in the, at least in the case of New York, the World Pride NYC parties in the week leading up to the parade, blah, blah, is like a lot of DJs and a lot of rainbows and a lot of sexy stuff, right? Yeah. So leather people get to come out. The bears get to come out. The S&M people get to come out. The naked people get to come out. The body glitter only girls get to come out. Like, so cool. That's fun and weird and different. And I like that they get to do that. But I also am like, good for y'all. Not my thing. No shame. But not the party that I'm going to go to. And the thing is, I feel like a lot of listeners, no matter what their age, no matter what how they identify, no matter what they've been through, some are like, yeah, nothing but body glitter, see you there, and I'll be at every party, and also I'm a DJ. But I feel like most of them are like, no, I'll go to one or two of those, max. Like, I don't know if that's everyone's scene.
Yeah.
And if that's not your scene, well, you know this better than anyone. Cool. That's not your
scene.
The
thing. Here's what I would say about Pride. If you were to take Pride and take the LGBTQ element out of it, and just keep the music and the naked people and the dancing and the parades featuring various corporations and or organizations, and there was no LGBTQ theme, instead of rainbows, there's like everyone's got
stars and stripes,
or not anything patriotic, but like moons
sure.
and stars.
Moons
all right,
okay.
It's another symbol, and everyone's having this huge party with moons and stars, and various organizations are walking down the street, and various corporations are going down the street, and there's loud music, and there's naked people dancing, and glitter people dancing, and would I go to that? No. Not in a million years.
Not even close.
And so I feel like there's the LGBTQ on this, and so I feel like I did go. I feel like I have gone a few times, and I've gone enough to know that like it's interesting. It can be. The first time was triumphant for me, but that
little by little,
I'm just kind of like meh. Been there, done that.
And that's the parade specifically, and like the events leading up.
The parade and kind of the other stuff that always surrounds it. Now,
is it everything? Do you feel sort of annoyed when you see a rainbow flag?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I mean, I still like. I'm very appreciative of the fact that Pride has become normalized. That a lot of allies are allies. I hope they fucking vote that way. I hope they vote in all the elections that way.
I hope you donate to LGBT supporting candidates. Put your fucking money where your mouth is if you're going to show up for the party. I want to believe that someone who's going to go to the party is at least, if you split it 50-50, gonna be on the side of LGBT.
I would think so.
I would think so. Like your brain won't let you go to the party otherwise.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, okay. So I want to believe that all those allies are awesome allies. All those straights are awesome allies.
So, we'll see. I just, as supportive as I am, I just sort of, I don't know. I get it. I understand the point of pride. I support the point of pride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of maybe have done pride.
For reals, you know what? You're good.
Yeah.
Like, I like going to Pride, and I use you as my ticket to Pride, but I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because you put in your time, and our dog is going to bark, and that's not your jam, and thank you for being my ticket, but from now on, I'll go if I want to, and I'll stay home if I don't want to.
Well, because you said you didn't feel like you belonged at Pride if you weren't with me.
Correct. He's going to bark.
Yeah,
he really wants to play.
She's looking at him. She knows. She's just waiting for the right moment. Go, Ricky. Go.
You know what I need from you?
What?
For next year's Pride Parade?
What?
A permission slip.
Ooh, I'll make you one.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, let's keep going.
We will. I'll edit out, but it's cute. So there.
There we go.
Oh, fucker.
Okay.
Like, literally, for you to give the high empress of gayness your nod about me, then I'm going to go and march with my job, or Callan Lord, or some organization, or just go and go to the parties and have some fun and dance to like one stupid house music song and then get the hell out because it's not my jam anyway.
Maybe what I should do is organize my own Pride tea event or something.
Go on, a tea dance?
Or just something like very calm and casual and very subdued.
You could call it the opposite of Pride, but still proud.
Yeah.
And it's like a cool, chill bar with like some cool 90s music, but not super loud.
Ooh, and we could maybe even sip our beverages while we hear a lecture about interesting topics related to LGBTQ people, lives, and history.
I have a better idea.
Yeah.
One room's a lecture.
Uh-huh.
One room's like a book discussion group.
Okay.
One room's some kind of good film documentary thing playing.
Yeah.
And then the other room is just like the big outdoor garden.
Or a salon where you can sit and chat.
This is your chill, gay experience. It's not all house music. Hang out with us.
Okay, there's a string quartet.
Can people be naked in body glitter?
No. No, there is going to be... It is not clothing optional.
Okay.
It is sort of more...
But you could be in a bikini.
I just don't feel like people would be in
no
the
shirts,
right
no
place.
shoes, no service. Cool.
Yeah.
Have a shirt and shorts on. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now maybe that's just, again, this is my event, so...
It's your event, yeah.
There's plenty of events where you can body glitter up.
Yeah, you're not gonna lose money on your body glitter investment. You're fine.
No.
You got plenty of time for that. But this is chill out. Maybe in addition to good beers, we could have like smoothies and enhanced waters, meaning like a little bit of electrolytes in them, because like maybe people want to just chill out and recover from last night.
Interesting teas.
And and also hear from some cool thinkers and movers and shakers. So we're old and boring, and that's our jam. So
maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just boring.
I am also boring.
Yeah.
Why are you guys listening to us? For reals. Thank you for listening to us.
We spend our days just at home reading library books. It's
we don't even buy the books. We borrow them and bring them back.
Yeah.
Babe, I absolve you from Pride Parades forever.
Yay! Thank you.
You can refer me back to this episode if I'm like, but why don't you want to march next year?
And I'll write you a nice...
11 months from now, you never know.
Yeah, I'll write you a very lovely permission slip.
All I need is a permission slip because you are like my entree to gayness.
I will sign it and have it notarized.
We don't have to do that. Notarization.
No, I would rather
pay for a notary.
No, I don't. I know notaries.
Who's your notary you can go to?
I have attorneys I know.
They're not the same as notaries.
No, I'm aware, but I've had... How much of your stuff have I had notarized?
No, you had a attorney sign it. I still had to go to UPS and get a notary to stamp
fine.
it and everything. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm going to get a permission slip next year, and then I'm going to go to whatever Pride events I want to.
All right.
And people will be like, are you gay? And I'll be like, here's my permission slip.
Perfect.
So, what would you say to straight people who are like, that is a fun party, I'm going?
Go. Have a fun party.
Cool.
But vote and volunteer and donate to LGBTQ causes. That's your admission. That's your admission slip.
And speak up if someone around you uses a gay slur, or if you like to say the F word.
Or the T
knock
word.
Knock it the fuck off. Yeah, you don't get to say the T word or the F word. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your admission to the party.
Your admission.
Come to the party. It
donate,
is an amazing
volunteer,
party.
vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally stand up for the gays in your life, the gays in your workplace, or the gays in media.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your friends that they're stupid if they decide to be transphobic or homophobic.
Yep.
I'd say that is all you have to do. And then you get to come to, no joke, a crazy, amazing party where people are sexy and naked and drinking and dancing.
And where the body glitter flows like water. Yep.
You're welcome, straight people.
All right, everyone.
Well, thanks, Faith.
Thank you, Kath.
We'll talk to y'all next week.
And I just want to say real quick, I hope I don't yuck your yum when it comes to Pride. If you love Pride, you go out there and pride the hell out of your town.
Yeah, we do need to see big numbers at Pride. Yeah. Don't ever hesitate if that's your thing. Go, 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 go.
Yep. Go, gadget queerness. Okay.
Talk to you next time.
All right, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. If you've enjoyed this episode and want to help us keep making more great content, go to patreon.com/genderrebels.
We have many different levels of support and lots of great rewards,
including drinks with the Gender Rebels at Stonewall.
Please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. That makes it easier for other people to find us.
And send your questions to questions@genderrebels.com or find us on Twitter @The Gender Rebels.
Music for The Gender Rebels is by Jasper the Colossal. Follow the link down below or download them on iTunes today.
And for all our episodes, visit genderrebels.com.
The Gender Rebels is a Come Back Sync production, copyright 2019. All rights reserved.
And to all you gender rebels out there, keep rebelling.
Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry I got drunk and ruined your good time. I was too busy stomping my hands into wine. It's not anything you did, I just can't handle this. You were nice enough, yeah, you were nice enough. But Absolute came calling, and we've been friends for so long. By the time I sobered up, the door and you were gone. I can't blame it all on that, but I don't plan on quitting soon. So I guess it's all too well. I guess I have to quit you.
Hey everyone, I'm Kath.
And I'm Faith.
Faith, I got a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
So